Right. Hello. Good afternoon. It's High Priestess Jamila. How are y'all? I thought I would come and talk to y'all for a second. Oh, goodness. And shout out to y'all that did listen to me about the whole Mercury retrograde thing and how it has greatly, like, that eclipse intensified things so freaking much. Wave and how to navigate the universe. And I learned that, I believe I got that wisdom from my mother. And my mother never it traumatized her so much that she never drove, but my mother was very wise. So, and anyway, I drove her around retrograde. People do go nuts. And in the process of people going nuts, they can conjure up bad spirits against other people that are not their fault. Okay. This is why it's so important for people to be in control of themselves. And it's also important for people to be just and fair. This is usually not necessary if the person is dealing with someone that is not wise, or either the other person kind of is willing to sacrifice themselves. If you are in a position where you are not weak, okay, where you don't allow yourself to go into despair, okay, in particular when you're dealing with a man, when you're dealing with a man that betrays you and you know he's that way, and he's shown you so many times that he is that way, which is basically stupid and unwise. However, just because somebody is being stupid doesn't mean that they can't harm you. And you have to be very careful with someone who is bringing a lot of energies to you that you don't deserve and have nothing to do with. And so when people are making it tit for tat, I've noticed that there are people like that in this world. But there are some people that are like that. And there are some people that don't know about conflict resolution. It is very important to de escalate a situation. If you're in a situation that was not that big of a deal, to the point where they are conjuring energies of death, destruction, and pain and suffering upon you. And so you didn't deserve that, right? And so it's not about waiting for something to happen. It's about protecting yourself from that. Somebody that you know, just out of the blue, finds out that your child is expecting, and then all of a sudden starts to speak curses on someone that you love, curses, well, whether or not it's going to happen. You have to make sure you have the right to do that. You do not wish death on anybody's children and destruction in their lives and expect people to not protect themselves. Because it's not to say that it's going to happen just because they said it, but it's about being cautious. And then, especially if that person themselves in a position to where they are claiming that they have any power to harm your loved ones, your children, you, you have to strike back. You can't, like, as a woman, we can all say, oh, well, he said that because he just loved me to an extreme. Well, in reality, a man that would wish death on you, destruction on you, death on your children, pain and suffering on your children, he does not love you, honey. That is not love. He is letting you know, I do not love you. I do not love you. And that is the gist of it. He can come back later with that cockamamie game. You don't ever forget, and don't let yourself forget what he did. Don't. You don't say things like that to people. You don't wish things like that on people. People have a right to walk away from you and say, hey, listen, your treachery is going to happen to you, and it's never going to happen to me. And that's just all it is. And as long as that person is wishing death on innocent people in your life, that person is at risk of death at that point. And it's nothing we can do about it because you don't know what spirit is going to do. You have to be careful. You do have to pay attention to what people say. People that talk crazy like that, they can say, oh, well, I was just talking crazy. You know, I have had people say some stupid things to me, you know, and even when somebody is saying something that's not the truth, you have to be careful because people are speaking curses. But not once have I ever wished death on somebody's child. When a person does that, it's time for you to put up your armor. And that is the reason why we do what we do as witches. That is the reason why. I don't know what makes people that desperate to the point where they feel that desperation and they feel that to where, and so I'm thinking that it might be Mercury retrograde, but I don't care. I don't care. You communicated to me that you wanted my kid to die. You're going to die. My kid is going to live a long time while you perish. While you perish. And that's the way that I am. You can't just say anything to me. You can't just say anything to me. And I stick to my guns and I back it up. You know, it just it's there is a difference, like I said previously, between wishing ill on the dead, but then also wishing death on somebody's loved ones, somebody's children that they are closest to more than anybody in this world. You that's a no-no. That's a no-no. And as a witch, as a necromancer, You will get taken out. And I don't care what your excuse is. Oh, I was drunk. I'm mentally ill. I stopped taking my medication. I don't know what came over me. No, you wish death on my children and you gonna die. And that's the way that you have to be. You don't never put no fucking man before your children. I would never do that. That's a very dangerous person. You know what I mean? And then especially when they read out of that Bible and stuff, and I don't play that Bible shit, you know, because the Bible is just filled with passages about murdering women and murder the woman, and the woman ain't this and the woman ain't that and she ain't shit. And, you know, and I just, listen, you know, you just made this personal, very personal. And there's nothing and nobody, I don't care who they are, I don't care what you're talking about, they don't have nothing to do with the strength of a mother protecting her babies, okay? That is the greatest strength of all. That is the greatest love of all, is a mama protecting her babies. You do not wish death on a mama's babies, okay? And we're not going to be talking about no goofy ass pictures now. This ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. This ain't no game. You better realize that you got to watch your back. You wish death on my babies. I don't wish death on nobody's babies. Okay? And you know what? You know, my spirits have told me, you know, hey, listen, this person is lighting candles, they playing around with magic, they doing all kind of stuff to try to harm your children because they're stupid and crazy and they're jealous of your children because of fucking vanity and all that bullshit. You know, you have the right to wish the same death on your children. You do. You have the right to do that. Nobody can sit up there. Listen, when you communicate something to somebody, that is it. And you know what? Even if a person apologized to me and they said, I apologize for what I said, listen, it still lingers in the air because that is final. Death is final. When you wish death on a mama's babies, you gonna have to fucking back that shit up. And most of the time, a mama is gonna protect her children. Ain't no mama, well, it is some mothers out here that would put a fucking man before their kids. I wouldn't give a shit what my kid did. I wouldn't give a shit if I was angry at my child. I wouldn't care. I would protect my children. I'm always put my children that I gave birth to and carried for 9 months in my womb before anybody. And that's just all it is to it. And I have never had life insurance for my kids. I would never take out a fucking life insurance on my fucking kids. I think that that's what broke ass people do. I don't do shit like that. I don't do it because not only was it my job to bring them into this fucking world, but it's my job to make sure that they stay alive. Okay. So my creativity don't just stop. I push out a baby. Okay. So listen, people can play all the games they want. They can lie all they want. But the bottom line is that you wish death on my child. You wish death on my baby. And now you got to die because you want somebody to die. You're actually mentally ill enough, and you got to be careful because mental illness doesn't just mean crazy. That means that a person is fucked up in the head. It's got to be something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. You looking at and this dude literally wished her to get beaten by her boyfriend and was wishing all of that stuff on my child. You know, you're gonna get fucked up. Because I stand in my power and I have a very strong heart. I have a very strong heart. My heart ain't weak at all. I ain't got no damn high blood pressure, heart failure, none of that bullshit. I don't have none of that bullshit. I drink about 3-4 cups of coffee per day too. I don't have none of that shit. I will stand right there and I will hover over my children and I will take a man out with magic. I will take you out you will fucking cease to exist if you ever try to put some negative energy or curses or death curses on my baby. You and your penis will die. You and your heart will die. Your brain will die. Because that makes no sense. It makes no sense for you to be that fucking evil to where you wishing death on somebody's child. No. Don't play that shit. And you better forget all about my kid. You better quit thinking about them. Don't think about none of my children. I'm talking about all of them. All of them. And you better stay away from nature because you're going to have all kind of crows and bears and shit attacking you. All kind of shit. I don't play that crap. You don't wish that. See, people want to make a jokey joke out of everything, but I'm not playing with nobody. And then as far as that pity Annie petty shit, oh, you gonna be homeless. Listen, if you wish homelessness on me and my family or poverty, you're gonna be the one that's homeless and living in poverty. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as whatever you wish on me will become the nightmare of your life. And I got all the spirits backing me up on that because it makes no sense. I can't stand it when people do that. What the fuck are you doing? Hey, sit down somewhere. Be quiet. Shut your mouth. Okay, now you done said something stupid. Okay. Now you done said something stupid. Okay. Okay, I tell you what then. Okay. You gonna fuck around and find out. And that's the way it should always fucking be. Somebody wish death on your child and you send that shit right back to them and make it stick to them. Because you don't do no shit like that. Somebody that's wishing death on a child, an innocent person that ain't said shit to him, ain't done nothing to him anyway, there's something fucking wrong with that person. They must have rabies or something. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck would be wrong with a fucking person that would just wish death on somebody's kid like that and thinking that it's even Steven because I said that your mama must have fucked you up. No, don't compare. Don't compare. And you already being a vindictive, spiteful person, telling everybody's business, going and telling information that people asked you not to say nothing. So you already violating people's privacy and shit. And then you got the fucking audacity. You don't even have the ability to be loyal. You're gonna try to compare wishing death on somebody's kid to me saying, hey, what the fuck did your mama do to you? No, it don't work that way. Not to mention the fact that anybody that walks away from you is faced with you telling lies on them and trying to soil and sully their reputation. You're a fucking fool. You're a foolish person. You're dumb to do that. That's a dumb person that would do that anyway. Like people already know what you're gonna do whenever they don't go for your shit. People already know the actions that you're gonna fucking take, which is trying to sabotage that person. And then you got the fucking nerve to be wishing death on people's babies. You got the fucking nerve to be trying to conjure up and send shit to hurt people kids that they love 150 million times more than your black ass. You better understand how fucking foolish you are. That's called deadly friend. Chucky or something. This is the end, friend. Ain't no different than a man kicking off in your house trying to hurt your kids and you have to blow his ass away. Because I would not hesitate to blow a man away. I wouldn't hesitate to take his fucking head off if he was ever trying to harm my children. I wouldn't hesitate. Ain't no thinking about it. Ain't no second thoughts. Ain't no please stop. No, you gonna get it. And that's the only reason why I could see somebody doing something to somebody. You do not attack somebody's kids. People gonna learn that shit. And you know what? I have had beef. I ain't really had beef. I've been telling them people in that sector to leave me alone. But you don't see me fucking with they kid. You don't never see me messing with nobody's children. Ever. I don't care if they grown or not. You don't see me wishing bad on nobody's babies. You don't see me doing that. Not ever. I don't play those kind of games because I know better. You a cursed ass person. When you doing stuff like that, you cursed. You got a problem. You got some mental issues you need to handle. And see, with this Mercury retrograde created loose lips. Whoever had them loose ass lips, they ship is gonna sink. You need to shut your mouth and learn how to fucking talk. You learn how to talk and you don't talk to people that way. You don't talk to people. I don't care if you a man or what the fuck. And see, that's what's wrong with these men because they think they got the right to call down the death of women. And see, this is where Goddess, along with Satan, is going to burn all they asses. I don't care who you are. If you my mother, if you my father, if you whoever, if you wish death on my children, my spirits are gonna fuck you up. Because that's what's in my heart. Because first of all, children shouldn't have to fucking suffer because of dumbass, confused adults that don't know how to resolve their conflicts. I can't stand when they suffer the little children because they dumbasses don't know how to grow up. I can't stand that. I can't stand it. Having to hear about shit on the damn news of people, doing dumbass shit, bombing cities and shit, because these goddamn adults don't know how to fucking resolve their issues. Oh, my God is better. My God is better. Now, listen, I'm not going to sit around and argue with you about whose God is better and right or wrong. And I feel sorry for your children. I feel sorry for anybody who has a parent going around thinking like that. Like you must be sick and twisted and warped. Why are you not in a mental institution? That's somebody that needs to be institutionalized. We got too many people running around here with bombs and guns that ain't in a mental institution. And then all these nasty, disgusting ass energies floating around here, and you gonna decide to get up out of my bed and threaten the lives of my children. Oh, I got your hair. I got several personal items of yours, including pubic hairs and semen. And you know what? I'm gonna use that shit. I got your semen. I got your personal items, and I'm gonna use that shit. Okay? And you don't know how to do it the way I do it. I can't stand that kind of shit because it's unnecessary. Why would you put that kind of unnecessary bullshit out there anyway? I don't like unnecessary bullshit because it wasn't necessary for you to attack my babies now. They ain't did nothing to you. They don't say nothing about you. They don't have no involvement with your bullshit on the internet or your crazy ass fucking fake ass friends. They don't have nothing to do with that bullshit. They don't. You sitting up here running around here trying to make it seem like it's a fucking joke. But it ain't no goddamn joke. I don't appreciate what you said about my children. I don't appreciate what you said. I ain't waiting for no apology. No apology needed, and no apology will be accepted. Because if I forgive you, that means that I'm good with you wishing something on my kids. And I'll never be good with that, ever. I brought my children into this world with an intention for them to have a good life, for me to see them grow up, become a grandmother and a great grandmother, and for me to die and leave my children my legacy. I didn't have children with the fucking intention of sacrificing them like some of these fuck wads running around here. That's what makes me a better person than them, because they give birth to children. It's like, oh, this child look like it'd be a nice sacrifice. See, I don't play that bullshit. Hey, Kinsley's mommy, I don't play that bullshit. I would have just rather not had children at all if I was gonna give birth to them for that purpose. But see, people see life differently than other people. People see life differently. People worship gods that tell them to put their children before them. I worship and don't even really worship. I work with gods that understand that I could never put my children before them. That's the difference. And they understand that. That's a psychopath that would, that's the spirit of a man that would say, no, your children come last and I come first. To me, that wouldn't make no sense for that to be God. So I don't see really any power in that. But you got to be careful with, you have to be careful with that bad energy, because it's real shaky and chaotic and fucking imbalanced. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's cool, Kinsley's mommy. You need to do that retrograde work, is what you need to do. Shout out to all the people that got the retrograde work. It's been working out famously for people, like I said it would. And I can't, I would never have that in my heart. Anybody that I know and have been around, that I want their kids to die, never. So, I can't even say, well, dang, I should have did a retrograde bottle on that person. Man, fuck all that. That shit is out the door. You wish death on my baby. You wish death on my children, her baby, and wish for her boyfriend to beat her up and kill her. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you jealous? Be jealous of her, jealous of her baby daddy, jealous of her man? The fuck kind of person are you? The fuck? So that we can go back and forth, and I ain't about to put up no funny pictures of you, because I ain't laughing at all. This serious as a fucking heart attack. This is serious as a heart attack. So all these people out here, all these goddamn trolls and shit, watching The Spectator, let me tell you something. I am sovereign. You understand me? I'm sovereign. And I ain't got to contend with that bullshit. You wish death on my child, and me and you are enemies for life. We are beefing for life. We ain't gonna never make up. We ain't gonna never be cool again. It ain't gonna never happen. And you know what? Since you decided to make it tit for tat, because I don't know what kind of fucking curse you got on you. I guess it's your religion. That's why that's not my religion. What the fuck? That's a desperate fool of a man. Right, Jackie, I will not be accepting any apologies for wishing death on my Deja Boo Boo. That's my Deja Boo Boo. I call her Days in May. Deja Vu. That's what I call her. He wished death on Deja. Deja Nicole. He wished death on that child. And she ain't never done nothing to him. And then at the same time, while he's wishing death on her, she's emotional, going through stuff, carrying her baby. And I'm just sitting up here looking at my baby like, and I'm looking at this motherfucker. And I'm just like, I'm just going to protect my kid. Because I wouldn't have no heart no more. I would have no heart. I would be inconsolable, and I would really turn into a fucking demon. So God knows what I can handle. God, my God, the true God knows. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he did it by messenger though, Jackie. He did it by messenger. He basically stated that my kid something was gonna happen to her. And he's not a messenger. I don't depend on his messages. So it's not like that. He's not psychic. He's not any of that shit. He was being an asshole at that time. He was angry. And he decided that he was going to terrorize me, which he did at that time, because I'm sitting there reading that shit. And I'm like, you know what? Uh, my subconscious is telling me to make sure that you go into the ground before any of my children. And that's what I told him. Is that not the truth? Yeah, it was, and Deja don't bother no, but none of my children bother anybody. They're not doing it. It was disgusting. He's a disgusting excuse for a person, and he's cursed, and everybody around him is cursed. And that's all it is to it. It was absolutely disgusting. And he doesn't even have enough sense to even be ashamed of himself. I don't know where this hatred for that. I think it's been there, and I think he hid it. I think he has an obsession with her. I think that he low key, that's why he hangs around all those stalking ass females. They are crazy, watching my daughters and shit. They all gonna die. They keep fucking with my kids. I don't know why they want, it's called jealousy. It's called jealousy. Okay. So that's what's really going on. Fuck all that other stuff. All that lying and shit, all that. But I ain't playing no games with these people. Never have been. Never have been. But at this point, I'm standing as Mama Bear. And that boy gonna lose everything. He gonna lose his house. He gonna lose his cars. He gonna lose his life if he keeps it up. Sitting over there trying to play around with it. She does. She's very jealous of them. They don't even know that she exists. They don't even know her. It's so bizarre. Like, that should not be happening. That a complete stranger is online wishing death on you and you don't even know this motherfucker. But it makes him even more ruthless because he's met them before. And they were nothing but respectful to him. So you can put up crazy pictures of my hair that don't exist. But in reality, I got my fucking foot on your neck and my foot up your ass and on your balls. I'm crushing your damn balls. Okay. So, that I wanted to let people know that ain't shit gonna happen to us. It's gonna have something to happen to him. But what and he tried to make it real by the incident that happened with my father. But that my father was Christian. I hadn't spoken to my father since my mother died. My father was depending on his church and the Christian God for protection. That's not what we're doing over here. So that really don't have nothing to do with it. That don't prove shit. And I will, and nobody, if somebody wants to believe that, that's fine. But you better believe that if you are sitting over there with them goddamn fake ass witches lighting candles to kill my family, that you gonna die. Okay? Cause I don't even understand where it come from. Goddamn, you so ugly and feel so down about yourself that me and my innocent children got to die because you sad and fucking disparaging and shit. And you done took it that far to the point where, like, what? So, that's just what that is. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Gotta get this popping. I ain't got time for that shit. No, everybody run around here talking about they together, they having a couples argument. No, the fuck we not. No, the fuck we not. We are certainly not together. We ain't gonna never be together. That shit is over. The moment he wished death on my child, the moment he did that. Okay? And he acted like he was impatient. Like my daughters was getting in the way of his plan. Like, are you fucking retarded? He is retarded. And he got even more retarded. I think Mercury was lying to his ass. But see, sometimes people have a sick mind. Like, since I started talking about moving back to Kansas City, which I have every fucking right, he want to try to cause shit to happen. He think he gonna call some shit down. You ain't got no power to call no shit down. But it's just the point. It's just the point that I'm being very careful. Yeah, like he wanted. Yeah, like something like if I don't have nobody to go back to Kansas City to, that he ain't gotta work, and I'm supposed to sit up here and be with him, and my children, like, God, man, fuck you. Yeah, like he wants my kids gone, exactly, like they getting in his way. Like, are you fucking retarded? Those are my kids. And then got the nerve to be all over that sector trolling to my, she don't love her. Like, you about to fucking find out. When it feels like your heart is fucking squeezing the inside of your damn chest, you gonna find out. Couldn't believe that shit. Mm-mm. And I've never done anything or said anything to lead him with that impression. But he told a good lie. He told many, many lies, as far as like the circumstances with me moving down here, and my daughter's living with my mother. Well, that's my mother. And then when they did come down here, they all acted a fool. They all stupid and fucking foolish. See, I ain't like your mother. I ain't got to fend for my damn self. I'm gonna protect them kids with my own fucking blood. I protect my kids with my blood. Right. He saw my kid as that's why he made Phoenix Lee. Yeah, well, he definitely didn't want me to have no friends. But I think that from the beginning, I think that he could sense and pick up. But see, he's a different person from back then. He's degenerated. He's really degenerated. I think that he did pick up that, they had some plots, and they did, because truth be told, those two women didn't like my daughters either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something about my daughters that these people have a fucking problem with, and that's their problem. So, but um as far as him seeing my children as a threat, there's something very abnormal about that. So I'm not the mother from Flowers in the motherfucking Attic. I'm not that type of mother. So, at this point, everything is done, to make sure that I get my ass back to Kansas City. I don't give a fuck about none of that dumb shit he's talking about over there with Cat Smith, all that shit. She ain't gonna see me, and if she do see me, she gonna bow the fuck down. I don't give a shit about none of that. Kansas City really ain't that small. You don't just run into people like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good with that. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, that's the problem. And I ain't and you know what? Nobody should ever have to deal with no shit like that. Like I'm like, bro, like really? You got a motherfucking problem. You got a motherfucking problem. Like, I don't play that fucking shit. I don't give a shit. And he'll get talking about their father, this and that. All of my children will always be protected and loved and have a good life as long as I love them. And I ain't gonna never stop loving my babies. Never. I ain't gonna never stop loving my babies. Not for a man, not for a woman, not for no bitch, no nothing. And I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't understand these people from that group who, for some reason, like four or five of them came at me like that. Like, oh, like, and shit, I don't give a shit what they think. They're paranoid, they're delusional. Them girls ain't did that. They act like their existence bothers them or something. And them girls just be living their life. They don't even be thinking about them people. When I bring him up to them, they be like, "Oh, ma, I don't even want to talk about him." So it ain't like my daughters are some kind of fucking enigmas or something. They're going by vanity. They're going by looking at them. And then also they're jealous of them because of how much I love them. Well, you know what? You're gonna fuck around and find out fucking with people that I love. Because all of them in that group, all of them decided that they wanted to fuck with anybody that I loved. And so that's why they harassed the hell out of his weak ass. And then he fell right into it like, oh, well, I'm just gonna go along with y'all. So he already fucked. Because he's surrounded by people that don't have the ability to actually love. He threw me under the bus for that shit. Threw me completely under the bus, me and my babies, for a bunch of people that don't give a shit about him anyway. So he's stupid any damn way. Because all of them have an intention to attack anybody that they know that I love. I don't think that it's really all of them want to attack my children, but you know what I'm saying? In sideways, if you are harassing and stalking me on YouTube or throwing shit at me, you technically and really, because I already threw out the olive branch plenty of times to these people to leave me the fuck alone and just let it go and walk away. I done already gave them plenty of fucking leniency to walk away. But truth be told is that, because I'm not sitting around all day. I want something bad to happen to these people. I don't do shit like that. I don't do shit like that. Like, I got a life that I love. Exactly. It's the jealous females who flock to his chat, and he is willing to be the usher of that. So he gets donkey of the fucking day, and his ass gonna end up 6 feet under. Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I saw that blah nameless chicken shit. Yeah, it is. It is. And Talia's so damn dumb. I just that's the dumbest woman in the world. But so is he. So is he. But yeah, it's disgusting. It really is. He's always been a disgusting person. And all I know is that out the gates, since he doing shit like that, you already know he weaker than me. Cause I don't have nothing against other races of people, but goddamn, why in the hell would I be sitting up here, hating myself? He don't even fucking love himself. He really don't. And the fact that he bought these types of people and this type of energy to my life, and the fact that he didn't have enough sense to fucking make it right, the fact that he didn't have enough sense to stop the shit, the fact that he went along with him makes him weak and under my feet, and he always will be at the end of the day. So I want to let y'all know that and it ain't. That's terrible. That's terrible. Sad. And it ain't that it's a big deal because I already got them locked and fucking loaded. You better believe that anything that you wish on me is gonna happen to you. Anything you wish on my daughters or my sons gonna happen to you. Anything you wish on my grandbabies gonna happen to you. And that's a fact. And I don't ever, not for 1 second, does my belief ever fucking change. I stand firm all the time. I ain't never weak. I ain't never weak and I ain't never scared. But see, that's why I don't really like that whole religion thing because they be like, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And it's like, but y'all the ones that be doing all this shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? You the one bought up the whole death thing. Ain't nobody, everybody over here live. Everybody over here, all of my children, we all living. Yes, we walk with the dead, but we alive. We gonna stay alive. What you talking about? I don't understand it. Shit don't make no sense. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. I just wanted to come speak about that real quick. The stupidity, and he'll go right over there, just I got something fucked up to say, and that's how you can tell he a damn zombie, literally a damn zombie. He don't have no goddamn sense. I'm a mother. I will die for my children. I will give my fucking life for my children. Even though I don't have to, we all gonna be okay. But because I'm not wishing death on, what the fuck? Like, I hate it when people bring up unnecessary. I'm like, this shit is unnecessary. I said, was that even necessary for you to say that? And he just kept going like he was on dope or something. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, you stupid and crazy. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm very, very careful about the things that I say. I am. I don't do no shit like that. He's stupid. I am very careful about stuff like that. If y'all notice in all these years, you ain't never came on here. You know, you notice how when I got threatened that day, you notice how I didn't follow up with being a threat to old girl's children. Notice how I ain't said nothing about her children. Notice how I ain't said nothing about none of their children. Not nothing disparaging, not no threats. I ain't never said no threats to their children. And that's a fact. And that will always and forever make me the big kahuna. Okay? That will always make me stronger. Because I don't have to do that. So I don't understand it, what these people are on. Okay? But all I know is that I'm going to protect me and mine. That's all I know. Okay? I got to go, y'all. I just got done getting some work done. And I'm going to sit here and relax for a minute. That's ridiculous for real. I don't even know what to say. And then people be agreeing with that. I'm like, that's why I ain't the type of person. I ain't no fucking follower. I'm a fucking leader. Y'all wouldn't be caught fucking dead in his goddamn chat agreeing with none of that shit. That shit is ridiculous. I ain't saying it because, yeah. Oh, here's another thing. You know, he's delusional. Last night, he was saying something about Jamila won't Miss L in her chat and won't Miss L on her platform. Are you fucking stupid? And Miss L lied and said that I was contacting her on Instagram. I've never contacted Miss L on Instagram ever, ever. So, I don't know what kind of delusion they in, but none of that is true. I don't want anything to do with those people. And now I don't want a fucking thing to do with him. So I don't care about his followers. I wouldn't want his followers. So he be trying to make it with some simple shit. It's like, no, this is about the fact that you wish death on my child and you wish bad things on her. And so that's what I'm focused on. And then all your other shit is going to always happen to you. And it ain't going to never happen to me. Okay? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Okay? I got to go. Y'all have a good one. Peace and blessings to everybody that I love, all of my loyal family members, compadres, however they call that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, that boy gonna end up gone. Okay? Something. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye.